The cowbells are clanging every time you visit Starkville, Mississippi. Back to you.
Appreciate that, Holly. Mississippi State ready to kick off to get this game started. Fielded in the end zone. It's Barnett. Tackled and brought down at the 16-yard line after the return. Wide receiver going in motion. The give on the counter. Gets it out to the 20 after a pickup of 4.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. Runs first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. They'll run play action. Caught in the backfield. It's Sherrill. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
I mean, getting suffocated right away. How about the DB? Just seeing that initially, pulling the trigger, getting to him, get him on the ground, get the tackle from him. Yes.
Back to pass. It's Carter. Under fire. That was almost picked off, and what a disaster that would have been to throw a pick on the opening drive. Instead, it's 4th down. And the Commodores line up to punt it away. He can get this one up in the wind. It ought to carry for a while. Let's see what he can do with it. Makes a move. Man, oh man, did that coverage team have its hands full. Well, not full because they didn't get a hand on him for quite a while. Great return there. This offense has it with really good field position. Looking downfield on first down. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
And there's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit. And I think because of that, he wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Here's a give to Bothwell. And he's knocked down.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Tight end finds a soft spot. The stop is made right at the 36-yard line. The defense coming up big on 3rd down. The Bulldogs will go for it here on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Gliding to the right, still trying to make a play. And this will fall incomplete, and they'll turn it over on downs.
You know, offensively in that situation, 4th down, you're throwing for it. Everything has to go right, or someone just needs to be able to make a play to keep the drive alive. They couldn't get it done, and now the offense is coming off the field.
Vanderbilt's offense out there looking to start a productive drive. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, and punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive.
Gotta love how this defense started the football game. They forced the punt on the first drive. First play now, come out, set the tone. Great run defense, forcing a negative play and putting their defense in a good spot.
Motion from the wide receiver. Back to pass, it's Carter. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up.
How great has this linebacker been in coverage these last 2 games now? That's now his 3rd interception in 2 games. He had 2 last week. First interception in this game on the opening drive. He's not only good against the run, he's not only good rushing the passer, but this guy is a monster in coverage.
Got some room to run. Found that crease, and they knock him down after a pickup of 5 to the 32.
Man, it's nice when you can depend on your big boys up front to make a lane, and you get 5 or 6 yards. You get 5 or 6 yards a pop. You move the ball down the field easily, and more importantly, can get this defense to be more aggressive, to bring DBs close to the line of scrimmage, and then that might open up some big plays down the field.
They'll get him on the ground after a pickup of 3 to the 28.
And, you know, when we talk about great 3rd down defenses, it really starts with them getting stops on 1st and 2nd down. You've got to get those stops early in the drives to set up 3rd and long, so that's a missed opportunity on that 2nd down by this defense.
He'll throw on 3rd down. Fires to the middle. A strike downfield. And he gets it down to the 4-yard line before he's finally stopped. A terrific run after the catch.
Well, if you're going to complete these in-breaking routes over the middle of the field, it's really important as a quarterback you don't stare the guy down and tip off where you're throwing the football. He's trying to freeze the safeties in this defense and then throws it on time. Accurate throw, nice pitch and catch.
No room to run, and he stopped right at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and goal.
Linebackers in today's football, obviously, guys have gotten smaller. They got to play in space more, cover fast guys out on the perimeter. But how about this linebacker coming downhill and making a physical tackle in the hole?
They'll give it another shot on 2nd and goal from the 4. Tries again to get it in. No running room at all, and he barely makes it back to the line of scrimmage. It's 3rd and goal.
It's looking like they're going to have to throw this one in now on 3rd down, David. And you know the execution just has to be spot on. Timing especially at the quarterback position here.
And thinking about the defense, they're aggressive in these situations. They're going to play man. They're going to play up tight on you. So I know that. Now how do I counterpunch and attack this defense?
They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of settling for 3, but it is 3rd and goal. Taylor wants to throw it. Pocket breaking down. And it's incomplete as he was trying to finish the drive with a score.
Well, I love the coverage on defense. In the red zone, everyone's got their eyes on the quarterback, and they're flying to the football, and you saw that there on the incompletion.
The kicker looks a little disappointed. He'll not come into the game. They'll go for it on 4th and goal from the 4. Quarterback will keep it. He's not going to make it. Stopped short of the goal line. Tried to push his way in, but not quite enough on 4th and goal.
The defense, I think, was just more physical on that 4th down, guys. That was a designed quarterback run, and they're calling that because they're trying to get extra blockers at the point of attack and get a numbers advantage, but just the defense fighting off the blocks, being where they're supposed to be, and not letting the quarterback break free. You just can't do a better job than the defense did on that 4th down.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass, and it never had a chance. 2nd and 10 from their own 1, and they must take care of the football. They'll throw it again from their own end zone. Caught over the middle. It's Adams. They'll get him stopped at the 18, and this offense creates a little space with the 1st down.
Yeah, this is simple pitch and catch. Quarterback and wide receiver have done this 4 million times in the offseason. He catches, waits for him to take a couple steps, boom, fires it right on his chest. They can complete this probably with their eyes closed. They've ran this route so many times together.
Fires to the middle. Oh, he drops the football. He had him right down the gut of the field. Instead, it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Gonna look downfield again. And they're not quite in rhythm there. It's incomplete.
I think the quarterback at this point just needs to settle down. We saw the interception earlier in the game, and all of a sudden on that throw, just really bad fundamentals. The quarterback just needs to settle himself, get himself into a rhythm, trust his fundamentals, because that's going to help his accuracy.
Wants to throw. It's Carter. Under fire. Connection to the right. A little more space. Open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30. The Commodores have this offense rolling. They'll try it on the ground, running the counter. Pretty good job of running to get two there to the 32.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
To the air on second down. Snagged in the middle. It's Sherrill. And they swarm him under.
Well, I think for that play to work, you need to have some access and pushing and coverage. For the receiver to be able to do something with it after the catch. That time, the defender was just way too close, all over him. And he tackles him for no gain.
We've reached the end of the first quarter, and it has been a defensive battle, and the stats tell the tale so far. So they go back to work after the break, and it is third down. Now the play fake. He's going to let one fly down the middle. He's got it on the outside. Flips the field in an instant, and he has it down to the 25-yard line.
And maybe that's exactly what this offense needed, man. They needed a big play, some kind of momentum to go their way. Offense really hadn't showed up in this football game yet. That gets them going. Maybe the QB gets a little juice. Maybe this is what that offense needed to get rolling.
Running inside. It's Alexander. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. Well, the most insightful analysis I can come up with on that one is that didn't work. Back to the drawing board to see if there's something that works a little better soon.
Or if I can quote the great Reese Davis, that was very ungood. Not a productive first down play.
He's got the back in the middle. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
I think that shows you the experience of the quarterback there. His primary target wasn't open, so he didn't panic. Even though he was getting hit, he was still able to find his check down and find some positive yards.
Looking to throw, it's Carter. Hauls it in. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down.
I mean, good news here, they get the completion. Bad news, though, not enough to pick up the first down. The target there, he's got to do a better job understanding where the first down marker is, make sure he gets the right depth on his route. Now, all of a sudden, head coach has a big decision to make.
Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. They're throwing for it on fourth down. It's complete.
Well, it's a heck with being conservative, right? I mean, that essentially would have just been a chip shot field goal with where they were on that fourth down. But they decide to go for it, throw it. They're looking for 6. They're going for a touchdown. They are being aggressive.
A first down run in the red zone. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4.
First down and goal, I bet you the percentages are really high for run, and this defense was ready for it. They got to match the physicality right here, right now in this situation.
They pushed it ahead to the 4. They'll try to cash in on second and goal. Back to pass. Here comes the heat. Almost a D lineman's dream, but he couldn't hang on. It'll be third down.
And that is the play this defense had to have. Did you look in the secondary right there? I mean, he was open, guys. Like, that would have been a touchdown, and this defense got to the quarterback, hit him as he's throwing the football, forced the errant pass, and dodged a...
Touchdown, Vanderbilt! Got it right in the heart of the end zone.
And I think this is really the separators in good offense and great offense. Can you throw the football inside the 5-yard line with the tight windows? He can. Nice strike, nice catch, nice execution.
And they pick up the extra point. Kicker knocked it right down the middle. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Bulldog offense back onto the field. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on fourth down, David.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got some space. And finally out of bounds after an explosive run by this ball carrier.
All you got to do is give this guy a little bit of space. That's all he needs. With his speed, he's in the second level just like that, breaking off an explosive run.
This first half of offense won't go on the highlight reel so far, but starting to get things moving. It's 1st and 10. Taylor wants to throw. Here's a heat. And it's incomplete, deflected, knocked away by the D.
Well, as a quarterback, it's going to be tough throwing comeback routes against this guy. He does such a good job breaking on the ball, and he's able to swat it away.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Might be calling a hot route. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. He finds a soft spot in the middle. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground covered. Pick up the first.
It's really nice when you're an offensive coach and you can basically attack the whole field. When you got an arm like this and you can just, boom, put it on a line, it's really nice to have that.
Here comes 3rd and short from the 24, and this offense does not want to send out the field goal unit. Looking down the middle. Oh, and he just flat dropped it. You do not see this guy do that very often. It'll be 4th down.
You're not going to see that happen too often. The quarterback, man, he was licking his chops. He saw a big space in the middle of the field. He had his best receiver there ready to make a play, and he dropped it.
On 4th down, looking to pass. Right down the middle. And it's incomplete, and this defense makes a 4th down stop.
Man, aggressive play calls. Everybody wants you to be aggressive. They're aggressive. They take their shot. Now they got to live with a little bit of the consequences. They turn the football over on downs. Now their defense has to go out on the field and make some stops.
On the ground with the counter. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. They tried to run the counter, but absolutely nothing doing.
And those counter plays take a little longer to develop. Sometimes you're usually pulling 1 or 2 guys, and that penetration in the backfield can kill you, can get to the running back before he gets started.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. To throw, it's Carter. The short hand to Sherrill. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they'll talk it over to see if they can build on this lead before halftime. Now from the 36-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Motion from the back. Corner's right up on that line of scrimmage. Wants to throw on 1st down. Fires to the middle. Makes a connection. And they're getting it rolling with that play to the 42-yard line.
All right, defense. It ain't working, right? We're stringing together several 1st downs here. We're going to need to change this up, find something we can disrupt the quarterback and mess up this offense a little.
Snags it, and he's open. They're able to keep him out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2 after the big play in the passing game. After that big play, they're trying to pay it off right on the goal line. Wants to throw it. Takes the easy completion. Could not make his way to the corner. Timeout called by the Bulldogs. That's their first. They'll get together to decide how to play this second down.
This is the area of the field defensively. It really doesn't matter what they've done to get here. You got to bow up, try to force the field goal. Nice job on first down and goal, getting them tackled to the ground.
They'll go to the air on second and short. Unleashes to the end zone. Touchdown, Commodores. Middle of the end zone. He's got it.
What a fantastic route that time. If you're going to be able to throw the ball down in this area of the field where the windows close so quickly, you have got to be precise with the route running, and that's what happened right there. That's an easy connection between the QB and his target for the score.
And they add the extra point to finish the drive. Here he comes from midway in the end zone. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. He might want another play. Taylor wants to throw it. Unloads it left. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection.
And guys, if I'm on offense, I am staying aggressive. I know you didn't connect there, but make sure you keep testing this defense, because even if you complete one of those throws, that could be the game-breaking play.
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Makes the grab. It's West. He goes out of bounds just short of the 30 at the 29-yard line, and when you're backed up, execution like that at a premium.
Every drive is obviously important, but now that you've dug yourself a hole, this offense, they need to score here. Like, before the half, they need to move this ball down the field. Nice job in the passing game. Got to put a few together. Need to get some points to cut into this lead right before the half.
Bringing the heat. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
A good job by this defense. Great job in the secondary. Eyes on the quarterback. They took away the first option, made him go to option 2, made him go through his progression, and then they got time to get home and get a hit on the quarterback.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Looking to fire. Rifles it down the middle. Makes the grab down the middle. Running free. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
And that's exactly what the offense needed right there. A touchdown here, and I know it's taken a while. They hadn't had a lot of success up until that moment. Late in the second quarter, they finally were able to punch one in the end zone. And that's going to give them some confidence now to take into the locker room here shortly at halftime. But they've got to play much better in the second half.
And he makes the extra point. Fielded in the end zone, it's Barnett. Tackled and brought down right at the 20-yard line. Good coverage there. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. They'll go to the counter. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. Mississippi State calls the second of its 3 timeouts. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, back up inside their 20. Looking to throw, it's Carter. Shoots it to the left. Lets it slip right through his hands, and it'll be 4th down after the rare drop from this dude. And the Commodores decide to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Slips through the line, and the returner will be dragged down. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. He'll start this drive firing. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. They get him down at the 36. It will be a 1st down. Final timeout taken by the Bulldogs. And they won't be able to stop the... Again for the remainder of this half. Moving into scoring territory at the 36 on 1st down. Wants to throw it again, and why not? Fires downfield. Finds a man on the right. They get him stopped, but the big gain has them on the doorstep. Let's mark it at the 13. And the Bulldogs come to the line on the heels of that big pass play. From the red zone, looking for a man. Still moving to his right, trying to make a big play. And he is going to be forced out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage. Tremendous defense there.
You got to keep chasing and keep defending. When you got scrambling QBs that get outside the pocket, you got to keep defending down the field and keep coverage on the wide receivers. And good job with pursuit drill, running them down, making them run out of bounds, and that counts in the record books for a sack. Give me one of those, please.
Taylor wants to throw. Makes the pass. It's picked off, and that's number 10. Looking for more room. Oh, there's the ball. Recovered by the defense, and he's off. And the defender is tackled, and that's how we'll run out the first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
One of the biggest days of the college football season, and we've got you covered here from the EA Sports Studios in Orlando. We start with Notre Dame taking on the #1 team, the Miami Hurricanes. And it's It's the Hurricanes, in need of a miracle right now. They haven't really been competitive today, and that's stunning considering this team is the #1 team in the country. As we check in on these top 25 matchups this week, we're reminded of just how meaningful every week in college football is.
Here comes the Bulldog offense out to start the drive. Tight game as we start the third quarter, and we'll see what type of adjustments they made at halftime.
And getting the ball first here, I think, is such a big deal. Like, I get the first chance to make a statement, to make the adjustments, to create some momentum for my squad right here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I think it's so important for this offense to set the tone here early in the second half, to get a nice drive going, build that confidence, and get your defense ready to come on out, get a stop, and change the complexity of this game.
Running hard and getting 6 yards out to the 26.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. And here's a fumble way behind the line. Oh, the offense lucky to fall on that loose football.
Doesn't it always seem like that ball is on the ground for like 30 seconds? You got 17 guys running at it in slow motion. Like, I got to get the football. Offense, very lucky to get that football back.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. Third and long from inside their own 20. Taylor wants to throw it. Looking left. Intercepted for the 11th time this season. Trying to take it back. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
I tell you what, it puts you in a tough position when you're backed up inside your own 20 trying to come out. But when you're a defense and you can force a turnover and you already set your offense up in scoring position, they are going to be extremely happy, and that offensive coordinator is going to look extremely smart.
Makes the grab on the left. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down.
I like the running back there on the route and the patience he showed, really setting it up. He got to the defender, he was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the first.
The Commodores will try to punch it in on first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he's in. Touchdown, Vandy.
And you got to love seeing that if you're the head coach of this team, right? You always want to see your team start fast early in games and then also start fast at the beginning of the third quarter. You had a big lead. You take the ball right away here in the second half. You drive it down the field, and you scored. This offense has been dialed in right from the get-go. It's been very impressive to watch.
And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. They'll decline the penalty here and let the result of that play stand. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. So the penalty will not be enforced. The defense declines and stands on the result of the play.